guys, this is Wanda the Traveling Dutchie coming right at you from beautiful Costa Rica. In today's video, I would like to chat about 6 common misconceptions about living in Costa Rica. Now, if you're new to this channel, I'm a Dutch expat. I've been living in Costa Rica for almost 17 years now. In March it will be 17 years, and with my channel I'd love to help anybody that is interested in moving to Costa Rica, traveling to Costa Rica, or traveling and working online. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, make sure you do so and tick that little bell icon so you actually receive a notification every time I upload a new video. Now let's get into it, shall we? Misconception number 1. Costa Rica has mediocre healthcare. Now this couldn't be farther from the truth, because Costa Rica actually offers such good healthcare that a lot of people from Europe and the United States come down to Costa Rica for several procedures called medical tourism at a fraction of the cost that you would pay at home in the US or in Europe. So where I think this misconception comes from, maybe because the public healthcare system in Costa Rica is overwhelmed. They offer free healthcare here. The problem is waiting times are extremely long. And so, yeah, that might not be your best option. Also, you would need, you can't just obviously take advantage of the free healthcare here in Costa Rica. You need to be part of Caja. You would need to have residency, or, well, that's a whole different story. The point is, it's best if you're an expat to get good medical health insurance here, and you go to the private clinics. It's still a fraction of the cost from what you would pay in Europe or in the United States, and I can guarantee you it is absolutely fantastic. Of course, it's scary if you need anything related to your health abroad in a country that you don't know. I was worried when my significant other needed a heart ablation, and I was very nervous, but wow, they have excellent doctors and surgeons here in Costa Rica. They use the latest techniques. You just need good insurance. If you'd like to check out the insurance I personally have here, it's an expat insurance. Just go to the description box below. You'll find a link and you'll find more information about that. Misconception number 2. If I live in Costa Rica, I have a high chance of getting malaria. Not the case. It's actually dengue you should be a little bit worried about. You have mosquitoes year-round in Costa Rica, especially in the rainy season. So it's just important that you bring the mosquito repellent, and especially if you're in areas where there's more mosquitoes in rainy season, sometimes I just wear socks because they always get me at my ankles. And I swear, I think they really like my blood or something, because whether I'm with my friends or I'm always the one that gets bitten. So I've never had dengue in the 17 years that I've lived here. But I am very careful. I always carry a mosquito repellent, and then in certain areas I make sure I wear socks. Misconception number 3, Costa Rica is expensive. Now this is a tricky one, because I could also list Costa Rica's cheap as a misconception, because it all depends on what countries you're comparing it to, and of course what is your lifestyle. But a lot of people will say, like, Costa Rica is so expensive. So that's partially true. Here's the thing: if you compare the cost of living to other countries in Latin America, yes, Costa Rica is more expensive than other countries in Latin America, but quality of life is higher too, and the Ticos on average make more money a month. So if you compare the cost of living in Costa Rica to, depending where you're from, right? If you're from California, LA, New York City, or like the more expensive places in the United States, Costa Rica is a bargain, absolutely. Now the other thing is too your lifestyle, because in Costa Rica there's a lot of areas that you can be in a condo complex with a pool, or have your own home with a private pool. Like, I mean, there's housing for everybody, right? And there is a lot of like luxury style condos and homes, and yes, that is expensive. And certain areas like Escazú, Santa Ana, they are higher priced. And then the beach areas, like if you go to the really popular beach towns, they're higher priced as well, of course. But there's plenty of areas where you can actually live extremely cheap and only pay $4,500 on rent a month, for example. I actually made a video on cost of living in Costa Rica. Can you live of a budget of $1,000? You can check it out here, or you can wait till the end. I'll link it there as well. And I'll also show you a video that answers the question as to why is Costa Rica so expensive. But again, for me, it's a misconception. It just depends on how you look at it. Saying Costa Rica's cheap is a misconception. Saying Costa Rica is expensive. So it's a tricky one. Misconception number 4. Living in Costa Rica will make all my worries go away and live happily ever after. I mean, believe it or not, a lot of people think if I move to the tropics, life's going to be so much better. But hey, let's not forget, you're taking yourself with you. You're taking your baggage with you. And living in a new country brings completely different new challenges to your life, right? Surely everybody has done research on Costa Rica when you're ready to move. However, once you actually make the move and once you actually integrate in the culture, you know, there's definitely some downsides to Costa Rica that you would need to get used to. Like, there's many things here that are very different. There's you know, like a slower pace of life that a lot of expats find difficult. But most of the time, in my opinion, if people are not happy here, it is based on their own attitude towards life. So bring a lot of patience, be open-minded, and you're gonna have a fantastic life. But be realistic. Just because you live in a tropics, obviously it doesn't make all your worries go away. But I can't say, I mean, I'm pretty happy here, but you have to, you know, have the right attitude. I did make videos on my personal downsides of living in Costa Rica, so you can check that out here or wait till the end and I'll link it there as well. Misconception number 5. It doesn't rain that much in Costa Rica. It's always summer. That's so silly, right? Like, I mean, it's the tropics, there's rainforest, so obviously there's going to be rain. And in fact, with so many different microclimates, certain areas get so much rain in the rainy season. Like, for example, in October, September, if you're on the Central Pacific, South Pacific, that's a lot of rain. So if you don't like rain, then Costa Rica might not be the right fit for you, or at least you want to find a drier area in Costa Rica. For example, Guanacaste might be a better option for you. But yeah, don't think that there's no rain in Costa Rica. And then the last misconception is, if I live in Costa Rica, I don't need to learn Spanish. Now, no, that is not a good idea. I mean, I'm going to tell you, there's a lot of expats here that only speak English and they manage somehow. But A, that is very disrespectful to the host country. Like, let's, you know, try to integrate a little bit more and actually speak the language. But also, it will make your life so much easier. I remember my first year when I was struggling and learning and I could barely speak. I was struggling. I mean, I'm not fluent in Spanish. Like, I mess up the different tenses, but I know exactly everything I want to say. I can make myself heard. If I don't say the right tense, they will understand me. And that has made my life so much easier, especially, like, I own a business here and there's no way I can get away with not speaking Spanish. I would always be dependent on somebody to go with me, because a lot of people actually don't speak English here. Like at banks, like I spend a lot of time. Well, that's exaggerating. A decent amount of time at banks, and nobody there speaks English. Not even the managers or whoever is in charge. So if you have to deal with your internet company or your gas company and you need to call them because you don't have electricity, they do not speak English. I do have to admit that I was actually calling. I have a new internet company now because I just moved, and I called them, and I actually noticed that they said, if you want to speak English, dial 2. But anyways, it's just learn the language is going to help you. You'll have so much more respect from the ticos as well. And it would just make for an overall better experience as an expat in Costa Rica. These were my common misconceptions. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give me a like, subscribe, hit that little bell icon so you receive a notification every time I upload a new video. I want to thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Or check out my other videos already on my channel. I have over 150 videos on, Costa Rica Expat Life, Costa Rica travel, and traveling and working online. Thanks again for watching. Pura vida!